this journey that I was going into. Lately, I've been inspired to share my journey into social work, but more so why I chose the field of school social work specifically. It's not for the beautiful summers, although I am outside enjoying the weather. I'm sorry, my tendency is to keep things very light and positive on here, but to be honest, I'm very triggered by the rhetoric that is surrounding our social work field right now. So getting into my why, let me start you off from the beginning really quick, and you can read this all in my post as well. Before I headed off to the University of Texas at Austin, I knew that there wasn't going to be a lot of this. There wasn't going to be a lot of this color. I was moving from San Antonio, Texas, where honestly, I was around my skin color, people of my background, from pre-K to 12th grade. And I was going to be a minority. It sounds funny, but I really didn't see myself as such before this. So stepping into the halls and the desks of a very lightly melanated university, I knew that I needed to do this not only for me, but for my future. I was first generation, so there was a lot riding on this. I had to prove that this was possible. I did know that the odds were stacked up against me. There was a lot of programs in place, a lot of mentorship to help those odds shift to somewhat favor me a little bit. And I realized that didn't go over my head, knowing that they had to create these approaches, these programs to cradle me through this journey that I was going into. I get emotional, and I may share more in a podcast very soon because it's hard to get emotional here on camera. But some family issues had also happened that caused me to raise the stakes a little bit. I knew it was more than just me, and I did end up studying what I thought I wanted to be, which was a doctor. I wanted to be a surgeon. I basically wanted to help people through their scariest moments of life. But in going pre-med, I did not like the classes. I wasn't inspired by the classes. And so, long story short, I found myself in a intro to social work class, and I inevitably had to interview a social worker. If you're in those shoes, then I'll link my interview video above. And upon this interview, I shared some of my background, some of my story, and I was told to work in the school system. I was strongly against this because I didn't want to be the counselors and the social workers that I had come across. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to be more. And then I realized that I needed to step into the schools because there's kids, there's children that don't have access to mental health. They don't have access to a private practitioner. They don't have access to these places. They are in public schools. That's where they get their steady meals for the day. That's where they are able to find some peace. I could have gone, and I still can go into private practice, but I know that they wouldn't have access to me. The school system is that little piece, that little bright spot in their life where they can relax and enjoy a childhood and be fed and be taken care of. And I knew that I wanted to be in that realm. I wanted to take up space in a school system that I also knew was very domineering, that was very structured, that was very difficult for some students to manage and to handle. Be proud of going into social work. I know I'm proud of being a social worker. I know I went into a school system that I know is a flawed system, but I know I was needed there, and it's okay to work from inside these systems and make change. That's possible too. As I'm learning more about my indigenous roots, I realize that when our land was being, and I'm sorry if this is going on in a tangent, but it connects, I promise you. When our land was being stripped from us, there were some healers that fought against the system that was coming in, and there was some healers that pretended they didn't know any better and went along with the flow. They hid their artifacts, they hid their language, they hid their lessons, their thoughts, their beliefs. They hid them for later. It's coming later, and that's okay. Taking the one down approach, hiding it for later, is part of survival. And I don't see anything wrong with that. So yes, in the hallways, in the lightly melanated classrooms that I sat in, I sat with a lot of hurt, a lot of confusion, but I knew that something was hidden in my heart for later, because I was going to make an impact in the school system. I was going to make an impact with families. I needed to sit across from a little girl, little boys, families that looked like me, so that they can begin their healing. So it's okay to hide things for later. Thank you for watching. If you watched till the very end, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, comment below. Let me know what your thoughts on all of this are. There will be another video because I'm sure this one went too long. If you know me, I'm a perfectionist and I've cut and edited. So there may be a part 2 or just another follow-up to this video that I hope you will watch and tune into as well. Until next time, I'm wishing you social work success. Thanks so much for watching.